today's episode, we're going to be talking about Clive Davis, the man behind the monster P. Diddy.
After he revealed his they did it with understanding and support and warmth, and it really impressed me and continues to impress me. As far as myself is concerned, I was totally straight until through my second marriage. I've got 4 kids and grandkids. I opened up myself after the failure of my second marriage, never having had anything with a man, to see, could I be attracted to the person and not the gender? And I did find that I could be attracted to a man.
Focus right now is Sean Combs because he's a trafficker, most likely because he was victimized by his mentor.
Diddy and Clive Davis, have they ever had anything past business? Because to me, they seem to mirror each other behavior-wise. Like to me, they both got like that dark energy around them.
Diddy's career has taken a major hit due to a government investigation, and now Clive Davis has stepped into the spotlight, which could bring even more trouble for him. Rumors about a secret romantic relationship between Diddy and Clive began circulating in the early 2000s, with industry insiders hinting at a possible connection. This speculation stirred a lot of gossip in business circles, but was there ever any truth to it? Or was it just talk with no real proof?
It was with the help of Clive Davis, his mentor. And the further into it all you dig, you realize that Clive Davis came out as gay later on, and there's a lot of rumors that him and Diddy were in a relationship throughout this time. This is going to come up over and over and over, just by chance. Clive Davis has been running significant portions of the music industry since our parents were kids listening to music, responsible for artists like Aretha Franklin, Alicia Keys, The Grateful Dead, then later Usher, Outkast, Pink. But back in the 60s and 70s, like Janis Joplin, Santana, Aerosmith, Pink Floyd, like, come on, read it. Jones specifically claims that they were trying to groom him to do gay stuff, which has long been the talk of the town in the rap industry by people that aren't with it. Diddy allegedly showed him a tape from a secret recording that he just happened to have of Jones's idol having gay sex, some white guy.
Now, Clive Davis is an American record producer and music executive. He's an older man. He was born in the 30s, actually 1932. Clive has had a significant impact on the music industry, having worked with numerous iconic artists and being responsible for signing many landmark musicians. He's won 5 Grammys. He's been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, so he's been around. In 2013, Clive actually came out as bisexual. At this point, he was 80 years old, and he revealed this in his memoir. And you know, there's not a lot of people in 2013 who's just really coming out, and then we've got this 80-year-old guy who's been around a ton of musicians who now announces he's been in a long-term relationship with a man, which I'm all about.
In your book, you reveal that you are bisexual. Why did you wait so long, Clive, to make that public?
I was only turning to bisexuality after my second marriage failed. When the marriage failed in the mid-'80s, I opened myself up to the possibility that I could have a relationship with a man, as well as the 2 that I had with a woman.
Now, there's a connection between Diddy and Clive. Back when Diddy was young, he was a vodka promoter. He really didn't have much of a career happening, but he wanted to start a record label. When he met Clive, Clive was rather established, so he was 23 and able to convince Clive to take hip-hop seriously, and Clive actually funded him and helped Diddy build Bad Boys. It's actually speculated that Diddy and Clive were in a relationship based on how quickly Diddy's record label Bad Boys became successful. This person tweeted that Diddy was given his bad boy imprint by Clive Davis, who is openly gay. I mean, he says bisexual, but what Diddy had to do for riches is not uncommon for successful black men in entertainment and in politics. All that glitters is not gold. Run your race, let the next man run his. Interesting. Now, a lot of people believe that Diddy is the way that he is. I mean, we've talked about him in countless videos at this point because of how Clive kind of groomed him to be this way.
They sacrificed Diddy. They said, I take this because we can't be involved. But Diddy's smart. He filmed every session. So he was 5 and Freak Boy that run Universal Music Group. So he got them on some tapes. Now that's why they raiding the house, because they got friends in Homeland Security and the feds. And they said, get in there and get them tapes from this nigga. He trying to blackmail us. That's what I believe is going on.
Diddy was a regular at Clive Davis's famous pre-Grammy parties, events rumored to get pretty wild. Some even suggest that these gatherings influenced some of Diddy's questionable habits. Recently, a source told Page 6 that Diddy always took center stage at these parties, almost like a tradition. But this year, sharp-eyed fans noticed that he didn't appear in the digital invites photo montage, sparking rumors that he may have been quietly removed. However, Clive's rep denied these claims, explaining that Diddy wasn't scrubbed. They simply update the photos every year.
I think reality is something that has anything to do with gender at this point for Sean. I honestly think he's just an extreme narcissist who loves power. He loves the ability to manipulate and control people. Why? Most likely because he was victimized by his mentor, who loved to control people.
And his mentor was
Andre Harrell.
Tell us how
who was mentored by Clive Davis.
Oh God. And don't tell me that Andre Harrell got touched by Clive Davis too.
I'm telling you, I don't know what happened between Andre and Clive. What I do know is that Andre got passed over. Like, how do you go from being the president of Uptown and losing your entire company to your intern? Like, Puff started out as an intern.
Yes,
he was throwing parties with Mark Barnes in Washington, D.C. And then he became an intern at Uptown, and he was very, proactive. And if there's one thing that Sean knows, he knows pop culture.
That is true. He knows what's hot.
Like, I cannot take anything away from where he has been extremely effective.
Yes.
He knows pop culture. Matter of fact, probably knows pop culture better than he knows music.
I never felt like he had a lot of talent in music. Is that fair for me to say?
I mean, nobody really cares about him rapping.
Right.
I didn't know why he did that, but then again, why not do it? They're listening to all these other artists that you're putting out. Why not be one too and get that extra check? If people are buying into your brand, why not take it all the way? I'm not hating on him for getting money.
Me either.
I'm just hating on the way he got it. And I'm hating on the overall effect of what it's done to not only the artist on his label, the artist that got shelved, the artist that got dropped. Not only that, but what he did to culture. Because he made culture like an Andy Warhol painting. And don't get me wrong, Andy Warhol, great artist.
Right.
But let's keep it a bean. Andy Warhol was pop culture. That's what if I were to put a label on Puff, I would say that he's the Andy Warhol of hip hop.
The Andy Warhol. Okay. I hear you.
And he got smart and he listened to all of his advisors, mostly Clive Davis, and he won.
So really what she's saying is that Diddy was Clive's favorite, and that's why he was immediately put onto this pedestal at a young age, really no experience, and now he's running everything. Now Diddy has honored Clive throughout the years, so they still maintain a decent relationship. In 2019 at the Grammys, he was quoted saying that Clive Davis and Arista Records gave him a chance when he was starting Bad Boy Records. He was one of the first industry executives to really believe in him and Diddy, and he's forever grateful for Clive.
Bad Boy Entertainment. I named it Bad Boy because I wanted to go against the grain. Anytime you go against the grain, they consider you kind of bad. Nothing negative, nothing hardcore. Just, I didn't want to be regular.
So Clive was ultimately impressed by Diddy's vision and decided to fund his project. He immediately took Diddy under his wing and they became the best of friends. And by best friends, I mean there are rumors that in 1994, Clive forced Diddy to do some intimate things to him to be his, mentee.
But he got a boss too, and his boss name is Clive Davis. Clive run him. Diddy don't run himself.
So of course, all this talk about, Diddy has led to people talking about Clive.
Clive, it's strange, to be honest, that 70-year-old music mogul Clive Davis came out as B. However, everyone is wondering if Diddy was the one who encouraged Clive to come out of the closet so he wouldn't be held accountable. After all, it's not often that someone at Clive's age comes out, especially in Hollywood.
Y'all want me to talk about Clive Davis? Okay, let's do it. But I'm telling y'all right now, this story already took a turn that I was not expecting. So Clive Davis is over Arista, which is over Diddy's Bad Boy records. Now, rumor has it, allegedly, Diddy got on his knees for Clive Davis in 1994, and that's how Bad Boy Records came.
And I did find that I could be attracted to a man, while I still am very attracted to a woman.
Boss too, and his boss name is Clive Davis. Clive run him. Diddy don't run himself.
Power. He loves the ability to manipulate and control people. Why? Most likely because he was victimized by his mentor, who loved to control people.
And his mentor was
Andre Rell.
Tell us how
who was mentored by Clive.
Now, in the book, you reveal to the world for the first time about your bisexuality. Is there a reason you've decided to do that now? Did you feel that maybe in the past there may have been repercussions?
I wasn't until my second marriage failed. I was a total straight heterosexual, married twice, 4 children, and totally attracted to women, and had neither of my 2 marriages failed for the reason of sexuality. So it was really only after my second marriage failed that I opened myself up to the person and not the gender. And so the only time I really could talk about it was really and when I wrote my autobiography. I mean, it's my family I certainly spoke to, and my close friends knew, but you don't wear that on your sleeve. Though I must say, since my book has come out, I really feel some gratification that the subject of bisexuality is not understood well, and people feel you're either gay, you're straight, or you're lying, and it's just not true. And so if this could shed light more, if it could help move society a little bit further to the truth and the reality that there are a number of people that can be and are attracted to both genders, and they're really attracted to the person and not the gender.
Just the way Clive Davis said, oh, I could be attracted to a man and a woman. That was, I ain't gonna lie, that took me out. I was like, this guy, bro, this guy. Yo, that took me out, the way he said that. He said that so nonchalantly, like it was so natural. Yo, this guy, bro, this guy. Yeah, this is who Diddy is around, bro. This is who endorsed Bad Boy Records. He funded the label. You know what I mean? So Diddy had to do what it takes to get that funding, right? This is just what it comes down to in the industry. You know what I mean? This is no surprise to people who have been enlightened to this stuff.
Clive has acknowledged that his partner accompanies him to events and travels with him. He has declined to disclose his name. Nevertheless, it has become increasingly apparent that Diddy is the artist most frequently seen by Clive's side at events. Merely attending the same events may not be definitive proof, but the fact that both Clive and Diddy are openly gay and frequently seen together at social gatherings strongly suggests that there is a significant connection between them. The close bond between Diddy and Clive has been well established over the years. During this time, Clive has been in a committed relationship with a man, while Diddy has faced accusations of being closeted. Given these circumstances, the possibility of a romantic connection between the two is quite plausible. Furthermore, Clive has been open about his and relationships, yet he has never denied these rumors, further strengthening their validity. Diddy has remained silent on the matter as well. Diddy crossed paths with Clive when he was a 23-year-old aspiring artist looking to break into the cutthroat music industry. However, his hip-hop concepts managed to impress the legendary Clive, who was searching for a performer who could truly connect with the public. Clive has spoken about their initial encounter, stating that he found precisely what he was seeking in Diddy. Puffy was 23 years old and I knew the artists that I had, Aretha, Dion, Whitney, was what kind of music. Davis says, Leatface ushered in blue-collared R&B at its height, but sensing the hip-hop revolution, both Leigh and I agreed that we could use someone really attuned to the street. You gotta know what you can do for yourself, and you gotta know when you need to look to other people. During that period, Diddy was employed under Andre Hall at Uptown Records. However, meeting Clive Davis proved to be a pivotal moment in his career as he was able to make a lasting impression on the music mogul with his words, as Clive himself recounts. When I met with Puffy, he articulated that hip-hop should be part of the top 40 mainstream and that the business would change in the future. And I said, what have you got to illustrate that point? And he played me Craig Mack's Flav It in Your Ear, and he played me the then unknown artist that he felt and believed so strongly. He played me 4 or 5 cuts from Notorious B.I.G. Diddy's words were compelling enough to persuade Clive, who promptly informed him that he had effectively conveyed his vision. I said, okay, you proved your point. That's when I introduced him to the weekly, what we called singles meetings. I introduced him to an executive there as someone who would help lead us to the street and share in the forthcoming hip-hop revolution. While Diddy's swift rise to stardom may appear to have been the result of a straightforward exchange with Clive, the reality is far from what Clive has presented over the years. As it turns out, this encounter served as a facade for Clive's pursuit of relationships with men, and Diddy was not the only person he engaged in such behavior with. It has been demonstrated that Clive has engaged with promising young artists, making assurances of a prosperous career in the music industry before getting romantically involved with them. Diddy appears to have avoided being cast aside after his relationship with Clive, as Clive provided him with assistance in launching his own record label, Bad Boy Records, and continued to support it for a number of years. Although Clive has been candid about his sex, Diddy has not addressed the matter himself.
Discovery of yourself and your bisexuality, and that was something that, you had never discussed publicly before. And, it was an important part of the book, and it made a big impact. I wonder if you could, say a little bit about, we've heard so many stories just here tonight. The book very easily could just have been exclusively devoted to music and really had nothing about your personal life in it. Well, what was it that made you feel that it was important, to share elements of your background from Brooklyn right up into, the nature of your...
All right, I'll do that. And but I do want to say, because somehow in the conversation I had earlier this evening, it became relevant to point out that other than you, Anthony, with whom I collaborated with and for this book from the very beginning, the publisher knew nothing about this. This was not in the treatment. This was not in the presentation.
It was very specifically not in the proposal to sell the book.
It was not in the proposal. So that nobody who bid on this book,
the editor of the book, had no idea that it would be in there.
This was not trying to get a subject that would make a book sell better. It was none of that. And when you read the book, you'll see it's dealt with in the very last chapter. I knew from the beginning, as I expressed to you at the very beginning, that if I was going to write a book on my life, that there's no question I was going to deal with this subject. It was nothing you and I discussed. It was a chapter that I had to write myself. And I really wrote it last summer on a boat, a trip that I take with my family, because certainly my prime role in life has been my children. I have 4. My grandchildren, I have 6. And I wrote that part of the last chapter and read it to my 4 offspring. We were on the boat together. And I've always had total love and support and understanding that after my second marriage failed, because I had been 100% heterosexual up until that point, that I opened myself up after the failure of my second marriage. Having read something about bisexuality, my story was different. I just found that I would open myself up to the possibility of a relationship based on the person and not on gender.
It's certainly unusual for a 70-year-old music mogul like Clive Davis to come out as bisexual, raising questions about whether Diddy might have influenced his decision to do so, perhaps to avoid facing certain repercussions. After all, it's rare for someone in Hollywood, especially at Clive's age, to make such a revelation.
His name's Twan. He's from our neighborhood. He was married to Tanisha Arnold. the Broad played Pam on Martin Lawrence. We went to the party with her. I mean, it was matter of fact, it was a Set It Off party. Jada Pickett, Vivica Fox, all of them were there. You know what I'm saying? It was just, seemed like Puff and Tupac was like a couple, seemed like to me. It was just a lot of weird shit going on, you know what I'm saying? The vibes ain't there. I guess that's what Tupac was talking about, the Illuminati and shit. It's like Vivica Fox was with this big gay man. He was 6'9". They called him, his name 6'9". He had the red hair with a big old booty and shit. Nobody was gay and I'm over. What the fuck is going on here? It's just a lot of weird shit, dude. You know what I'm saying? That shit, it ain't right. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's what Tupac, I guess he wanted to get up out of the Illuminati or something. But I seen her the matter of fact, MC Lyte pulled off with Tanisha Arnold. You know what I'm saying? In her brand new 560, black one. Yeah, that shit weird, dude. Yeah, that's some weird ass shit going on, you know? Yeah.
And what was Tupac doing at the party, yo?
Him and Puff was there together. They was there, you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't know how they fucking fell out or nothing like that. They was road dogs, you know what I'm saying? They even got pictures of him. He got on that blue sweater with the turtleneck. Him and him hugged up like this with the black hat. Have you ever seen that picture?
Nah, I don't recall, but I'm pretty sure I came across it.
Yeah. That picture there, they was at that party that day. Yeah, it's just like a bunch of weird shit. That whole fucking, yeah, that shit weird, dude. Yeah, bunch of, it ain't right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no gay basher or nothing. I mean, none of that shit, but that shit ain't right, you know what I'm saying? That whole party was weirdo out. Yeah, and it was Jada Pickett, but.
You saying the whole party was weird. What did you see at the party that made it weird? I mean, I'm confused.
I guess it was the Illuminati. It's just weird. I know I wouldn't want to be part of no shit like that, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm from the old school, dude, and that shit wasn't really tolerated with my generation, you know what I'm saying?
So, where did all the rumors about Clive Davis's alleged behavior even start? Gene Deal might have some answers to that question.
Yes, but it's more tolerated these days and nothing like that. It's more, you know what I'm saying, more open now, you know what I'm saying? But back then it was kind of fishy, you know what I'm saying? Still kind of fishy, you know, but it's more, you know, out there now.
The incident y'all had with Warren G and Kid Frost, tell me about that, my man.
Okay, Kid Frost had gave a party at the House of Blues. One of our big homeboys wanted to go with us. You know what I'm saying? So he went with us and he said, ooh, you young niggas have fun. So one of Kid Frost's homies still on my big homie. But he didn't know that he was around, it was maybe about 20 of us. So the dude that socked my big homie, we beat the dog shit out of him. So my big homie, he came to. He like, that's the motherfucker? We like, yeah. And there was 2 security guards had him. Had the dude that we beat up from Kid Frost's entourage. So my big homie knocked that motherfucker out while the yellow jacket, you know, the yellow jackets with the event security, they had to do. So my homie still knocked him out. Boom! So the dude with the yellow jacket was talking shit. Man, what the fuck is wrong with him? My homeboy knocked out him too. Bam! It's like, whoa! So the other one like, man, he got back. Little Jamaican dude come up talking shit. Man, are you going crazy? My homeboy socked him too. So we went down to get our car for valet. And it was the dude, it's LBC. And he like, what the fuck is that? And he said, it's Long Beach City Crip. So my homeboy knew this dude was an imposter. If you from Long Beach, you gonna say Rolling 20s or Insane. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You're a real block boy. You know what I'm saying? 19th Street. You gonna say something. a real Crip. So this nigga said he's from Long Beach City Crip. My homeboy like, wait a minute. Knocked him out too. So Warren G and them was down there, him and Cedric Wallace waiting on their cars. And they seen my homeboy get busy like that. So they had left before us, went up to Fat Burgers. So we came, got in our shit. They finally brought our cars to valet. We went up to Fat Burgers. And Warren G and Cedric Wallace was up there already. Eating their shit and shit. So we came in there, the big homie like, hey, motherfucker. He pointed at Cedric Wallace, like, man, you been dumping us for years, mother. I'm losing all my motherfucking money betting on your motherfucking ass. So Warren G was right there. He like, my homie like, man, that's a nice ass watch. So he like, man, let me try that on. You know what I'm saying? So by then, my homeboy, somebody got my homeboy attention, and he turned his head. Shit, Cedric Wallace and what's his name was in he was in a ragtop 500 Benz. This motherfucker like jumped off. I mean, he drove up off the motherfucker. He didn't even pay attention to the curve. He jumped off of the curve instead of using the driveway. That shit was funny as much. My homeboy like, damn, he almost bust this whole fucking engine block. Yeah, that shit was funny as a motherfucker. Like, damn. Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure, but I've heard that Clive Davis has made some shocking claims about Diddy behind closed doors. Diddy has always been protective of his personal life, so for Clive to air out such dirty laundry feels like a significant betrayal. These two have known each other for decades, and Diddy likely thought he could trust Clive to keep his secrets. Now, with Clive's revelations, it seems that trust has eroded. Diddy has built his brand on being an untouchable, larger-than-life figure, so the allegations in Clive's book could be particularly damaging to his reputation. Some of the claims are quite controversial, and if the public begins to view Diddy as just another troubled celebrity caught up in drama, it could jeopardize his career. Without diving into specifics, it's clear that Diddy will have a lot to clarify, and there's going to be a lot of talk on the streets if even a fraction of what Clive is saying holds any weight.
She's dead. Ray J was the last person to see her alive. He let the dealer in, but she was sober, right? But he let the dealer in that gave her the shot. Leola Brown, Bobby Brown's sister, has said on several occasions that she was beat. They saw her body. She didn't just die in a tub, like she was beat up. Yeah.
If you were to see, they have a new biopic with Whitney Houston coming out. If they play this movie and you see no kind of drugs in this movie, do you feel like it's an injustice to what this looks?
I feel like anything with her name on it is strictly for the purpose of financial gain for those who have access to her estate, including Clive Davis.
Including Clive Davis.
Clive Davis. This ain't a film to celebrate Whitney Houston. This is a film to, pay the pipe.
He was the one trying to bring her back, though, at the time of prior to her death, right?
He needed her back.
Oh, yeah.
He needed her back, but he needed her back and under his control. You want to know what fucking Clive Davis did for Whitney Houston? While he was busy trying to bring her back. See, people forget, before she came to the United States, he sent her on an international tour. And she went out on tour, and she was still getting high at the time. Let's see. What happens if I put in Whitney Houston? Kazakhstan.
So she was that first one? Was that in Kazakhstan? Oh, man.
This was not long before she passed away.
I think I know.
Oh, here's the full concert. She only did 4 songs.
Yeah, I think I know. I think I remember the voice.
Huh?
Yeah, I remember you with the voice. I know you're about to go with this. I think I remember this.
Not just the voice.
Just everything.
The whole show. Look at
Oh, ouch.
straight to commercial.
It's I see that. It's definitely
It'll make you cry if you really love music and if you really love Whitney Houston. And then after a couple of joints, you will find it hilarious. Not because you're happy that she's falling apart.
Since Clive Davis has crossed a line by publicly airing Diddy's private matters, it's understandable that Diddy is prepared to push back. The big question now is how he will respond. Will he try to downplay the situation or escalate it? Reports suggest that Diddy has already confronted Clive about the shocking claims in his book. Just imagine being a fly on the wall during that intense conversation. One thing is certain, Diddy won't let Clive off the hook without a fight.
Doing the crackhead antics so dope. You know what I mean? She was in it. Huh? Nigga, what is my key, bitch? Like she's in front of the president of Kazakhstan.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
But it was good enough to get that check though. And then he put her in rehab to clean her up right before it came time for America, because she had to at least appear sober in America for the whirlwind story. And then they brought in R. Kelly to do that song. Pedophile. That she had to use auto-tune to sing because her lungs were so jacked up from all the smoking. And, you know, a lot of people didn't know she was a heavy smoker. She was a chain smoker. She smoked 3 packs of Newports a day. And still could sing like that. But when you add in cocaine or the crack, the this and that, and when they did her autopsy, they said there was nothing wrong with her throat. Her lungs were so damaged that she couldn't fuel the notes. It was her lungs. Her voice was fine.
Oh.
That's how Clive did it. And then the next thing you know, she's fucking Ray J. And then it's Grammy time. And her and Clive had a fight 2 days before. And from what I was told, Bobby Christina was present for some of that fight. And then the next thing you know, she's dead. Ray J was the last person to see her alive. He let the drug dealer in, but she was sober, right? But he let the drug dealer in that gave her the shot. Leola Brown, Bobby Brown's sister, has said on several occasions that she was beaten. They saw her body. She didn't just die in a tub, like she was beat up. And Brandy was the one that found her. But you know, they pledge allegiance to Clive too.
Jeez.
Well, you know, Ray J was kind of down on his luck because the whole bullshit had happened, and then, you know, Whitney was dead and he was using her, as he's said himself, for clout. And then all of a sudden he got Love and Hip Hop LA after Whitney died. And then they inappropriately put her stupid ass goddaughter on there. Yeah. I just thought it was all kind of cheesy. Yeah, so now I probably won't be watching the movie just because I know whose money proceeds are going to, and fuck him. Fuck you royally, and fuck you for inventing Diddy. Fuck you for that. Fuck you for letting that out of control whack ass fucking whoremonger and sodomite just run rampant all over this goddamn fucking business. Fuck you for that. Like Andre was different. Andre had class. Andre had some integrity. But no, you go to get the little Chucky doll.
While Diddy is known for speaking his mind, it seems he didn't hold back when confronting Clive Davis about having his private life laid bare. Diddy made it clear just how upset he was, refusing to keep his feelings under wraps. He took to social media to express his anger, and let's just say his tweets weren't exactly friendly. Diddy criticized Clive for betraying his trust and sharing personal information, even suggesting that Clive's actions could lead to legal consequences.
And
Jack, what did you think about Cameron's CNN interview?
I didn't watch it. I'm not watching. I'm literally like, for real, I'm boycotting. Tree. I'm just skipping it.
Keep on going. Keep on going.
I'm just being honest.
Let me ask, Jack, if you
What did
felt
he say?
that he didn't say nothing. He promoted some type of what was it, Rook? He promoted some type of sex stimulant and said, "Why do y'all have me on here to talk about?"
What color was he wearing this time?
Yeah, he said, "Why y'all got me out here talking about Diddy? I don't know that man." And
You don't know that?
hey, he copped out.
Since when? Him and Mario spent a lot of time together on Star Island at Diddy's. What you think I don't remember you, Camera? On Ocean Drive in your bright pink stretch shit, and Mario dripped in all them yellow diamonds looking like some kind of wild canary. You don't know him? That's man. You know him about as good as the game know him, and the game knew him well. Freak off much, okay? You don't know. Anyway, what was you saying?
And let me ask you, Jack, which location, which location you feel holds darker secrets, Epstein Island or Star Island?
Equal. Same crowd, same activity. Yeah.
It's an island stay on.
I done seen plenty of strange shit on Star Island. More than I care to remember. Some shit, I wish there's some shit I wish I...
Diddy took control of the narrative by directly confronting Clive Davis and posting an official statement online. It's clear that Diddy feels deeply betrayed by someone he once saw as a friend and mentor. He's not willing to let Clive tarnish his reputation without a fight. His response was sharp and unapologetic, as he came out swinging to defend himself against the allegations in Clive's book. As if that weren't enough, Jaguar Wright has also been sharing some serious allegations, claiming that Clive is actually worse than Diddy and portraying him as the real villain in the music industry drama. What do you think? Did Clive and Diddy ever date? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future updates. Until next time, keep it real, family.